Hello, and welcome back to the weekly forecast. I am your cosmic bestie, Caitlin Kaerhart, bestselling author, intuitive numerologist, and astrologer. And I'm here to talk about the week of August 25th through September 1st. Oh my God, I did not actually realize that it was about to be September 1st until I just said that. I feel like every single month this happens where I'm like, oh my God, how is it September? Oh my God, how is it August? And I feel like time has just been moving so different the past few years. Are you guys feeling that too? Maybe it's because I just didn't sleep this week, also, though. There was something about last week's new moon in Virgo that had me feeling really restless. Let me know if y'all were feeling that too. I know there are a ton of Virgos in the comment section last week, which I love. Shout out to my Virgo kings and queens. It is our season. I'm a Virgo sun too, but it is in my fifth house. So I got a little bit of that Leo flavor. God, I do love Leos as well. But anyways, let me know how y'all's new moon went. I did a little manifesting ceremony, just me. I just kept it really low key. I was just focusing on everything that I was calling in, right? But I'm really excited. And I'll talk a little bit more about later. But let's dive into the forecast because I actually think you guys are going to be really excited about the week ahead because it is a week 8, and 8 is the number of money and powers. This is such a good week to call in money, to get real about your finances, to level up with your finances. This is the week to get it all done, to get it all organized. And when you think of the number 8, think of the infinity symbol. That's obviously when you turn an 8 on its side, it looks like the infinity symbol. And energy doesn't just go one way, it's a loop. The way you give and the way you receive are one and the same. If you want to expand your abundance, it's not about forcing more in. It's about opening your vessel to hold more of what's already circulating. So what is circulating in your life? What money and energy is coming to you that feels really good? And where are you also giving? And does that relationship feel reciprocal? Do you feel like you're giving more than you're receiving? Do you feel like you're receiving more than you're giving? This is a really good week for you to get balanced. And the 8 asks the question, where are you leaking your energy? Because if your vessel is cracked, if you are people pleasing and saying yes when you really want to say no, and let's be honest, we all do that sometimes, you can't actually hold the abundance that wants to come in right now. So there's a lot of cause and effect energy that's going to be happening this week, and it is probably going to show up in your finances. It is probably going to show up in your relationship to power. 8 being this number that kind of has this balancing energy and is very karmic. And again, that infinity symbol. So definitely be thinking about that this week. And I have some tips for you on how to really work with this energy. I would say audit your energy and your finances. Review your bank account, your subscription, your bills. Where are you leaking energy? Like awareness is going to create a lot of power for you this week. Practice setting healthy boundaries. I feel like a lot of us were taught to people please, and setting boundaries feels like a serious act of defiance sometimes, but it's so important. So where do you feel like your boundaries aren't really strong? Whether that's in a relationship or in a work dynamic, where are you not feeling good? Is there someone that you tried to set a boundary with that you don't feel like you're being heard and they keep messaging you? This literally just happened to me last week where I was like, hey, I need some space. I need this. And the person kept texting me. And I was like, hey, when I say I need a beat, I need a beat. And it's really important for you to hold those boundaries. So this week, you're going to feel that. And again, that's because the 8 has a lot to do with power. Like, how are you empowering yourself? How are you empowering others? And sometimes that comes through people trying to exert their power onto you. So focus on your boundaries. This is also a really good week to step into leadership because 8 is all about being the leader and being the powerhouse. So where are you leading in your life? And where does that feel good versus where does that not feel good? Where do you want to receive more? Again, it comes back to that giving-receiving relationship. This is also a really good week to align with integrity, okay? Because the 8 is going to ask you, are you making choices from your ego or from a place of service? There's a really big difference. Last week was a 7, so you probably got really clear on how you feel inside of yourself. I spent a lot of time alone last week. I don't know about y'all, but the 8 week is really about taking action now on whatever you were clear about last week, especially as it aligns to money and to abundance. And this is also a really good week to focus on money you want to call in? Like, where are you opening up channels for you to receive more? You may also receive an unexpected bill, or someone may pay you that you've been like, maybe been waiting on someone to pay you for something that you did before. Money coming in and money going out is definitely something that's going to be happening. Obviously, that's how life is, but you're definitely going to be thinking more about it and feeling it and noticing it more this week. And be on the lookout for anything that's a bit unexpected. And I also love that it's a week 8 because I actually did not even plan this, but I talked about this last week that I was working on something and I am launching something totally new and different. And I don't know if y'all follow me on Instagram, but I talked about it a little bit in my stories. But I'm launching something called money codes. It's basically this system I developed using numerology. So I'm focusing on the life path number, the life destiny number, the karmic lessons, the karmic debts. And I really developed this system for myself. I was sick and I woke up one morning and had this like total download around money codes and ended up writing 92 pages, which is insane. And I was like, oh, this is going to be like a mini course. And then I wrote so much that I was like, wait, this actually feels like a proper course. And then I decided, you know what, I'm going to take some friends through it and I'm just going to see what they think, what they feel. Like, let me test this. And I also included a bunch of nervous system exercises, family patterns, all of that. I don't think it's enough to just know your cosmic code. You also have to do the practical stuff too. Like people I know who are really spiritual, but they're only focusing on their charts tend to struggle with the financial component. And then the people who are only focused on the practical stuff, a lot of them aren't actually tapped into the abundance that is destined for them, right? Because each of us is as unique as a thumbprint. No two numerology charts are the same. Every single numerology chart I've ever looked at is completely different. And trust me, I've done thousands at this point, just between my clients and my students in Numerology 101 and the numerology reports I've generated. Every single numerology chart is totally unique. And those are our codes, right? So even if you're like, oh, I make really good money, you don't realize where you might be a little out of alignment. And so I started taking friends through this just to be like, what do you think of this course? Every single person I took through this had a huge breakthrough and was like, oh my God, this changed my life. I even took a friend of mine through it who you probably know her, and she's very successful, very wealthy. In my head, I was even like, man, I don't know what kind of like transformation I can provide for her because she's just killing it so much. And she literally just messaged me the other day, I cannot stop thinking about money codes. I didn't realize that you naming it through the numbers actually showed me where I've still been hiding. And I'm like, oh my God, this is so powerful. So I decided that it's not going to be a course, eventually, maybe. And I was going to work one-on-one, but I actually think it'll be more powerful as a group dynamic. So I'm launching Money Codes as a 12-week group coaching experience. And we're going to go through all of your numbers through the lens of money only. So I just put the curriculum together for the 12 weeks, and I'm so excited. We're going to be talking about your money frequency. We're going to go into your life path, your life destiny, your karmic lessons and debts, which are your blocks. We're going to talk about timing and strategy and pricing and value, like how you can write offers and price things and set boundaries that honor your authentic money code. And we're going to be talking about receiving and nervous system patterns and embodiment and integration. And there's going to be coaching. There's going to be guest experts. I'm just so excited. So I opened up the wait list and I've had a lot of people sign up already. And I'm probably going to open this fully in the next like 2 weeks. So if you're interested in knowing your money codes and having the breakthroughs in money and living your most abundant life, definitely get on the wait list. I'm going to put it in the description box. I have never been this excited about anything I've done. It's honestly been changing my life, these money codes, and just cracking this system. And I just can't wait to take people through it as a group. And I think we learn so much when we're in a group setting. It's so healing when you can listen to someone and be like, oh my God, me too. Like it's not just me who thinks like this or has this issue or has this pattern. So again, if you're interested, definitely check it out. And that leads me to the astrology portion of what we are here to talk about today. And really, it's quiet on the astrology front this week, but I did want to make mention of the fact that it is Virgo season. And there is a lot of wisdom in Virgo season for us to learn from. Now, Virgo is all about service, rituals, routines, being detail oriented. Virgos are magical, let's be real. Like, we're the helpers of the zodiac, but we're also very creative. I think that's overlooked. Like, Virgos are a very creative energy. It is that maiden energy, right? And this season is really about refinement. It's about going within and looking at all the places in your life that you want to refine. What are the areas that need to be refined in your life? It might be in your finances, it might be your home, it might be your relationships. I get this image of carving like a marble statue. It's like you have the block, the marble, but you have to go and put the chisel to it. You're refining this month. And Virgo can really feel like a magnifying glass. It highlights the little details that need to be addressed so that your big vision can actually really come through and manifest. In the study of Kabbalah, which I don't really talk about that much publicly, but all my close friends know that I have been studying Kabbalah for a while now. And I've been talking more about it in podcasts, so I'm just going to drop some of it in here. And by the way, it is not a religion. It is just spiritual wisdom. And the people who I take Kabbalah classes with, some of them are Christians, some of them are atheists, some of them are Muslim, some of them are Jewish. So it really isn't, it's not a religion. It's really about deep spiritual wisdom. It's actually ancient. And I love the Kabbalist view of astrology because it totally aligns with my view of astrology. It's a tool for us to use, but we shouldn't let it completely dictate our lives. Actually, the Kabbalists say that even your astrology chart, it's your blueprint, but by the end of your life, you should look at your astrology chart and be like, I have no idea who that was. Like, we should be transcending our own chart. Like, that's our baseline and our blueprint. But the more we work on ourselves, the more that we're healing different aspects of our soul's correction in this lifetime, the more that we're able to actually get to that next level, right? So by the end of my life, I should be like, yeah, I was a Virgo, but like, I'm not. Do you see what I'm saying? Again, it's about growth. It's about our soul's evolution. And the next 30 days are some of the most important of the entire year. So the Kabbalists say that during the season of Virgo, we are actually preparing to receive an entirely new soul. So it's a spiritual renewal for the year ahead. And that's because Libra season is like the new year in the Kabbalistic calendar. And essentially what's happening is we're going within and we're reviewing everything that we did this past year, which means a lot of stuff is going to come up this month. Okay. So things that you thought that you already moved through, that you were totally over, are going to rear their ugly head and be like, hey, remember me? Hey, remember this thing you thought that you would totally move through? Guess what? And it's not to punish you. It's actually happening so that you can review it and reassess it and let it go. And it's actually believed that whatever correction you didn't do this last year, you're going to bring it into the next year. So let's say like this year, you were really learning how to set boundaries. That would mean that during the month of Virgo, you're going to be tested a lot. How good are you at setting boundaries? Did you actually learn that lesson? And if you get to a place where you're really strong in your boundaries and you're like, no, like I'm letting go of this. This is part of my soul's correction in this lifetime. I am stepping into the new thing. Then by Libra season, you're not going to be tested in boundaries like you have before. It's almost like you're passing the test, like you've completed the video game. You're going to the next level. But if you have things come back from the past where you're like, I don't know, again, setting boundaries, and let's say an ex comes back and you know they're not good for you, and you're like, maybe, then you may actually have to repeat this similar lessons next year that you did this last year. So it's really important that you're doing the spiritual work over the next month, more so than ever. And I'll say just in the past few days, I definitely have had some things come up from the past. Like I've been so happy in LA and I've been doing great in a lot of ways, but I definitely was feeling some heartache around my most recent breakup. And I was just like, okay, like, what did you learn? It's okay. You can still love this person and keep moving forward. But yeah, it was a lot of emotional release that I was surprised by, but it was so necessary. And again, it's just like going back and reviewing and refining, like, what are the lessons I've learned? What are the things I don't want to bring into the new year? And again, like, Whether you subscribe to this or not, I think it's a really good practice to get really clear on what are the lessons and corrections my soul is making? And what do I want to really leave in the past? And what am I ready to step into? And this is the time to really get clear on that. And I love that it totally aligns with the week 8, because again, week 8 is about power. It is about money. It's getting clear on like how you are a leader in your own life. So really think about that this week and this month. And you can really think of Virgo season as like a spiritual reset button being hit. You're being reset, you're clearing out karma, and you're getting really clear on where can I commit to a greater level of refinement. This isn't about perfection. This is about getting really honest. Like, where am I misaligned? Where can I commit to greater refinement? And I think something that my friend Nikki Clinch always says is like, where am I lying to myself in my life? Where am I not being true to myself? I think that's a really good question for you to ask yourself this month. Where are you not being true to yourself? Are you listening to the opinions of others over your own knowing, over your own heart? Get really clear on that. Get really clear on your inner voice and where it's leading and guiding you, and step into that. This is the week to really do it, because 8 is about power. Like, step into your power. This is the refinement before rebirth. It's a really powerful time, and I'm really excited about it. Let me know how y'all are doing. I love, love, love the little community we're building here, and I want to hear how everyone is holding up in Virgo season. And yeah, it's a big one. It's a big week. It's a big month. You know what? It's a big year. It's a big life. I'll just say it. So anyways, thank you guys so much for being here. I'm having so much fun doing these lately. It's just an absolute blast. And I love connecting with everyone. And if you're enjoying these, be sure to hit the subscribe button. And I will be back next week. Cheers.